Welcome back, everyone. I'm Kalen, and today I'm going to be trying to wrap up issue 2 of Glory Hounds before I'm gone all weekend and can't do anything. So, without further ado, I'll just get right back into it. Are you sure he's okay? He does seem rather out of it, doesn't he? Ow. Fear not. Dust Count has faced far greater challenges than this. You know, you don't have to keep up the act. Uh, sorry, force of habit. My head is still spinning. What happened? Ah, you've come to. Excellent. Did we win? Honestly, no. Could have gone either way, really. I sit up. Feels like I got hit by a train. He didn't hurt you, did he? After you guys got knocked out, they said they had what they came for and kind of just left. It was pretty anticlimactic. Your friend ended up rescuing me from my unfortunate predicament in the janitor's closet. Gotta love the way this woman makes getting locked in a closet sound like a minor inconvenience. You really had no idea your janitors were villains this entire time? We hired them through a reputable temp agency, I'll have you know. Rest assured, I'll have a long conversation with them once this is all over. There was one other thing. They tip their muzzle to one of the hallways from which Milo emerges. So much for our whole secret identity thing. Perimeter clear. Perimeter seems clear. No other valuables stolen. He pushes his glasses up his beak. Thank you for checking, Milo. You can thank me by being more careful in future, yes? I see Dust Count has regained consciousness as well. Just about. When did you get here? Had suspicion you might not be able to handle threat after communication went silent. It would seem I was right. Way to rub salt in the wound. Fortunately, you yet live. Unfortunately, Money Talks Gown has disappeared. And we'll go after it. Do not be so hasty. Attacking Syndicate without plan is much like hitting head against wall, repeatedly. You will only end up with headache. Then how do we get the gown back? Our exhibition simply cannot continue without the star of the show. We have to get it back somehow. We will go after dress, but we will prepare and approach mission with caution. The crow glares intently at Rule and me. Where'd you meet these guys, Al? It's a long story. Milo turns to Lou and Fenna, his expressions much softer. We will teach you another time. We have objective to complete. He takes a bow. Can you get back to safety from here? I'm pretty sure I can make it across the street. I'll accompany you. I could use a bit of fresh air. Great. I'm sure Willie still needs someone to blow balloons. Balloons? Oh, you've never been to the Han? I can't say I have. But I'd love to join you. It sounds fascinating. Alright. I'll catch you later, Alex. Good luck, Mr. DeRoy, and be careful. Lou looks back at us as the two of them walk away, confusion and annoyance playing on their face. I know that look. They're gonna grill me something fierce. There's so much I wish I could say right now, but I do have a job to complete. A job we messed up royally. Once they're out of sight, I turn back to Raul and Milo. So, how are we gonna find the syndicate now? Fenna's gonna have our hides if we don't get that dress back. If you'll recall, I planted a tracking device on one of Ahab's goons last week. Right. I remember him showing me at Mrs. De Bruyn's store. Milo. Sir? Now would be a good time to check where our fishy friend is headed. Affirmative. Milo presses a button on his wristwatch, and a hologram pops up. Target is moving towards Saltwater Canal District. On foot, judging by pace. They're probably headed underwater, if I were to hazard a guess. Are we even equipped to fight underwater? Raoul's face droops in disappointment. Well, you see... You are now. We are? We are? Wait, even Raoul's surprised? For the first time in what feels like forever, a grin creeps across the crow's face. He looks almost delighted. You two stormed out of headquarters like idiots. You did not think ahead, did not consider possible outcomes. I did, however. He pulls out a small case with underwater breathing gear. Excellent! I don't know what we'd do without you, Milo. I would rather not ponder that, sir. What I'm seeing defies everything I'd imagined. I've only seen parts of the underwater shopping streets while on the subway. You can get cheap breathing apparatuses near the canal entrances, but I've never really had a reason to come down here before. It's deeper than you might think. It's cold and the water pressure feels strange. Part of me feels like I don't belong here, but it's honestly quite charming and welcoming. Warm and cool lights adorn the entire district. We swim past restaurants, hotels, souvenir shops. There's even a sign advertising guided tours. I suppose for land dwellers like myself, it's quite a domestic holiday destination. Hell, most people buy weighted shoes just so they can walk underwater nowadays. It wasn't always like this. Before Brevard Enterprises revolutionized the city infrastructure, the canals were little more than backwater districts, in every sense of the word. I remember reading about it in history books back in school. Aquatic folks have been making their home down here ever since Shippersburg was founded. In the early days, they were mostly merchants operating black markets. But over the centuries, they became an integral part of the city. They've been instrumental in maintaining Shippersburg's foundation. The soil here is soft, so much of the city is built on pillars. In turn, the city council does everything in its power to keep pollution to a minimum. The water is clear and visibility is excellent, so they must be doing a pretty decent job. I wonder what kind of unique foods I could get down here. Enough exposition, Spot. We have a mission to complete. The boss's voice rings loud and clear in my earpiece. Yes, sir, but where do we even go? Is the tracker signal clear? Crystal, just follow my lead. They should be nearby. Tracking device is only accurate up to 10 meters, so keep eye out for any suspicious buildings. Copy. Raven 3, over and out. Easier said than done. I don't know what constitutes normal down here. I haven't swam this much since I got my diploma. There's more stores down here than up there. Where do we even start looking? A hero follows his nose. That's nice and all, but I can't smell anything with this helmet on. It's a figure of speech. Just think of it this way. If you were a pirate who just came back from a perilous journey, where would you be? Me, personally? Probably dead from dysentery, or heat stroke, or scurvy, or a minor cut. The local pub, spot. The perfect place to divvy up loot and discuss nefarious deeds. Wouldn't that be too conspicuous for a gang of thieves? True. It'd have to be the sort of establishment so frightening no man of the law would ever show his face anywhere near it. We're gonna have to scout out all the back alleys? That could take hours. Doesn't have to. You have your phone on you? Yeah, why? Can you load up the restaurant review app for me? After combing through the back alleys of the shopping district for bars and restaurants, the tracker finally starts beeping. We're in the seedy part of the district now. The place is practically deserted. I'm just glad to be somewhere quiet right now. Never have I had this many people look at me funny. I guess anyone would, given our costumes. We come to a halt in front of a quite possibly the dingiest restaurant I've ever seen. Raoul gestures to his watch and points at the door. This is their secret lair? Huh! Like I said, they're not the brightest anglerfish in the ocean. De Zoutzeman? It had 1.5 stars on the restaurant review app. The only people to come near it are health inspectors and fellows in hazmat suits. And us, apparently. I'm not sure I'd want to go in even without the gang of thieves waiting inside. But I guess there's really no other way to get that dress back. So what's the plan? We just barge in? Excellent idea, Spot. We'll simply let the element of surprise work in our favor. Yeah, we'll just... Wait, no. Yo-ho! Splice the main brace. Another successful haul, eh, lads? No thanks to the like of ye, Ishmael. Are me earholes deceiving me? You were just as unconscious as I was, matey. Through no fault of my own. Through no fault of mine. Quit your belly aching, you two. I'm cleaving your pay in half. Or I'm cleaving your pay in half. Whatever. I can read. We just pulled off the caper of the century, and it's all thanks to our rookie here. You flatter me, Mr. Ahab, but do go on. You deserve it, lad. It was you that got us that janitor job to begin with, after all. What can I say? I phoned up some old connections, pulled a few strings. And got us a prize worth millions. Right. I suppose I did that too, didn't I? You bloody well did, lad. I trust you haven't forgotten about our deal. Aye, but be ye certain ye want to leave the crew behind, matey. Much as I enjoyed our little escapade, I meant for bigger things. The money talks gown was only the beginning. What kind of heist be ye planning? For starters... Syndicate! Your days of wanton ransacking and thievery are finished. You can't just go in and smash random windows. You may question my methods, but you can't question their efficiency. I jump in through the broken window after the boss. The pirates regard us with a mixture of confusion and fury. So much for the element of surprise. So, you came to after all. Grand. We'll be taking that gown back to its rightful owner now. No, afraid not. I don't know how ye followed me crew all the way to our home turf, but ye scurvy dogs will be doing none of that, I reckon. Not unless you want a repeat of what happened at the gallery. And this time, you'll be the one hitting the floor. Right, Spot? Are you crazy? It's 4 against 2. Listen to ye first mate there, Hound. There's no way you'd be winning this. I wouldn't be so sure of that. True, you may have us outnumbered, but we've got Lady Justice herself on our side. And believe me, she is a harsh mistress. Justice won't save ye from a one-way walk off the old plank, Dawn Hound. This captain doesn't tolerate mutineers, savvy? He stands up, head almost hitting the ceiling. He flicks his tail forcefully in our direction, creating a torrent that nearly knocks me over. Last chance! I want to run, or, well, swim away, but fear has taken hold of me and nailed me to the ground. Fear and looking at the big whale in front of me, a little bit of something else. Yeah. As the pirates of old would say, the time has come to rip and burn your Jolly Roger. Ahab rushes at us through the water, furniture floating every which way. I can feel the current surge past me. Milo said our gear was made to improve our underwater mobility, yet I can't help but think we're at a severe disadvantage here. The whale winds up for a swing that Ruel only manages to dodge by the skin of his teeth. It hits a nearby chair instead, utterly splintering it. I can only imagine what force like that would do to my bones. The other pirates aren't far behind. Within seconds, they descend upon us all at once. Bloody barnacles! Don't let him get away! The barracuda effortlessly darts through the water. Ruel avoids a swipe from the parrot, only to nearly catch a punch from Ishmael, who instead hits his companion's face, the brightly colored bird screaming as he flies through the water. At least one of them is struggling as much with this environment as we are. Watching everything happen in slow motion like this almost makes it feel like some strange sort of choreographed dance. Before Raoul can neutralize the barracuda, the horned chameleon from before comes in from above. Spot! Watch out! I try to respond, but it's harder to see and I can't move as fast as I'd like. Everything just feels heavy. The chameleon doesn't seem to struggle at all. He's moving as swiftly and graciously as his sea-dwelling companions. His foot connects with my stomach, knocking me away. His long, thin tongue extends with incredible speed and force. Raoul blocks it with his arm, but it wraps around, ensnaring him. I scramble to my feet, only to find Ahab staring me down. Thought ye could get away, did ye? My life flashes before my eyes as I watch him wind up for another punch. I don't have time to dodge this one. His massive fist finds its mark with an earth-shattering force. So that's what getting hit by a bus feels like. My legs give out and I crumple to the floor. Spot! No! My boss is still trying to land a hit on the elusive chameleon. My femur. Alright. I can get on my hands and knees. I'm not going down that easily again. Before I can even question if I'll ever be able to walk right again, the whale comes up behind me once more. Damn shame it has to come to this, but we can't have ye two mucking up the deck any longer. He slowly walks over to close the gap between us. He's so heavy he doesn't even need to swim. If I'm gonna help Raoul catch that fleet-footed lizard, I'll have to do something about the behemoth behind me first. I have to think fast. I look up and notice a chandelier above him. It looks fancy. Gold. Heavy. Only secured to the ceiling with a rope so thin it might as well be invisible. And he's right underneath it. No time to waste. I aim at it, hold my breath, and I shoot. It doesn't make it to the chandelier. And for a moment, my heart sinks. That pea shooter won't do you any... Until the grappling hook changes trajectory downward, and the flat part hits Ahab square in his pirate's treasure. The scream he lets out makes the entire pub rumble. I can't help but wince. Me crown jewels! What have you done? Rule and the other pirates stop fighting for a moment. We all just watch the captain collapse on the floor with the loudest of thuds. The captain's down! What have you done to him? I squeeze the trigger again. The cord retracts. I suddenly feel a rush of excitement wash over me for the first time since I started this job. Quick, what would Raoul say? Same as I'll do to you if you don't surrender, crooks. I aim it at the parrot and the barracuda, and they both raise their arms above their head. I don't want no trouble. Just arrest us. I look around for the chameleon, but he's nowhere to be found. How'd he get away so fast? Hand over the gown, now. But... Just do as he bloody asks. Ahab's still whimpering on the floor, clutching his crotch tight. Captain? I know when I'm beat, and ye beat me fair and square. Guess Milo was right about everyone having a weak point. A conventional one in this case. Ishmael sheepishly ducks behind the counter, taking out a watertight capsule normally used for deliveries. He hands it over to me, avoiding eye contact. For something containing a valuable piece of art, it's pretty light. You better not be trying to pull a fast one on us. It's the real deal. Captain's word. I don't think he's lying. Ishmael grumbles at me. You dogs ain't gonna get off so easy, ye won't be so lucky next time, Hound. Yeah, that's what you said last time, too. You wanna join your boss on the floor? No! He yelps and staggers back. Other than every inch of my body hurting, I'm feeling pretty good right now. Let that be a lesson to you scoundrels. Justice always prevails. Instead of stealing art, start, learning the art of sharing. We need to work on your catchphrases, but good effort. At last, my toss gown is almost back where it ought to be. All's well that ends well. This has been one of the longest, most tiring days of my life. Strangely, also one of the most rewarding. When I woke up this morning, I didn't think I'd be facing down an entire pirate crew and actually live to tell the tale, much less win. All because of my quick thinking. Maybe this is just the right career path for me after all. You did great out there, Spot. So did you. I mean, I saw you work back at the store, but I had no idea you could fight like that. Wish things came as easily to me as they do to you. I just got lucky. Believe me, it took years of Milo beating the living tar out of me until I was even halfway decent at fighting. Great. This is something to look forward to. You'll get there. Just a matter of confidence and sticking to it. For now, just bask in the feeling of a job well done. So this is what it's supposed to feel like. My previous job didn't give me any satisfaction, so it's pretty new to me. Confidence, huh? Something you will build with time. Milo, you made it. Even I celebrate when job is well done, yes? You may have made innumerable bad decisions today. Form is still sloppy. Teamwork needs improving. But you fought like champion. He gives my head a pat. I don't think I'll ever get used to his strength. He could squish me like a grape if he tried. Mr. Dawnhound, Mr. Duskhound, Mimi. I am ever so relieved to see you come back alive and unharmed. I wouldn't say unharmed. I'm gonna be feeling this for days, if not weeks to come. And you brought the gown with you as well. To think you'd managed to get that brute to relinquish it. I don't think he'll be bothering you again anytime soon. I should hope not. With that, I think it's about time to put this gown back on the mannequin, wouldn't you say? He presses the button on the watertight capsule we brought back from Ahab's place. A cloud of smoke wafts out from it, so thick I can barely see through it. Let's just breathe. It's like someone dunked an entire perfume store in there. Raoul laughs while coughing. Ahab sure has a flair for the dramatic, golly. Pot, meat, kettle? When the smoke clears, I hear Fenna gasp. It's empty. Shit. Empty? What are we gonna do? Did Ahab dupe us? I don't think so. Hold on a moment. Raoul reaches into the container and fishes out a small card, not unlike the calling card from earlier. It's bright pink with gold lettering all over it. The font is so ornate it's almost illegible. It's a business card. Kimo. Does this ring any bells? He flashes it to me. I'm pretty sure I'd remember a name like that. Hold on. The chameleon. He disappeared after the fight at the bar. He must have switched the capsules out when we weren't looking. Maybe even before that. Ah, yes. The rapscallion who tongued me. Phrasing. Can you believe he wrapped his tongue all the way around my... him? I do remember a chameleon gentleman working at the temp agency I hired the janitors at. Can you contact them? I have been trying, but the number is no longer in use. Must have been a sham from the start. In more ways than one. He even double-crossed Ahab. I wonder how the syndicate came across him. If only we could interrogate them. Ahab. I will look into matter further at base. I suggest we reconvene in morning and discuss new findings. I am sorry we failed you, Miss Fenna. Just bring it back, please. We will. You have our word. I tap my chin as gears start turning in my head. What's wrong, Spot? Nothing. I think I have an idea of where to start looking for information. I reach for the scrap of paper Ahab gave me before everything went to shit. It's still a little wet from my watery adventure earlier, but the number is legible. I shoot him a text. What are you doing? A little personal investigation. I can't let them know I'm gonna meet up with Ahab. I get a text back right away. Bingo. I'll be at base tomorrow morning. Alright. I suppose I'll look into security camera footage around town. It's bound to have shown up somewhere. We all have mission. Only thing left is to execute it. We'll find that gown, Fenna. Don't you worry. I trust you will. Please, take care. She looks a little defeated, but a smile tugs at her lips. With that, this long day finally draws to a close. After changing in one of the bathrooms, I say goodbye to Ruel and Milo and get to walking to where Ahab and I agreed to meet. As much as I don't want to right now, I should probably give Lou a call. I hope to God they haven't called every news station in town. Or worse, told Willem about what went down. It takes them less than a second to answer. So, are you finally gonna tell me what's been going on with you? Because that sure didn't look like cleaning to me. What the hell have you been getting into? I'm sorry, Lou. My life's just been a blur for the last week. And I'm pretty sure I was supposed to keep the whole hero thing a secret. Well, you did a splendid job. Yeah, I really botched that. Technically, being sworn to secrecy was more implied than outright stated. Look, Milo, the big roost crow you met, told me to invite you to meet up so we can explain what's going on. Well, alright. But I've already got 3 blog posts ready to go, and I'm gonna need a good reason not to post them. Because I said please? You drive a hard bargain. When you told me you found a new job, I never would have thought it'd involve spandex. Neoprene. I feign a cough. What? It's mostly neoprene, actually, and some advanced faux leather. You know how ridiculous that sounds, right? I know. I can still hardly believe it myself, if I'm being honest. I'm just worried about you, Alex. That Milo guy was really laying into your friend while you were unconscious. It didn't sound like either of you were thinking things through very carefully. Yeah, my boss is also sort of new at this. But hey, the pay's better. Way to brush aside the issue. Look, all I can say for now is that I feel like I made a difference today. Like I'm maybe sort of starting to believe in myself. I might not have gotten the gown back in the end, but I kicked Crime Boss ass. A lemur passing by looks at me funny, and I lower my voice. I mean, I took care of things. Uh-huh. Oops. Uh-huh. And how many times did you almost die today? Only 3 times. I'm still learning. Uh-huh. Listen, just come to the anniversary party at the Hounds tomorrow, okay? I'll bring Milo and the boss, and we can explain the whole thing. Okay, but you owe me big time. I'll babysit for you as much as you want. Deal. Sorry, I had to blow my nose. After texting Max to let him know I'll be home late, I yawn loudly, thrusting my hands in my pockets. It's chilly out, just a few degrees colder than this, and I'd have to put on gloves. Crowds of people pass me by, most likely none of them aware of what happened today. I wonder if it'll show up on the news. I mean, we did kind of wreck that bar. Oi, lad, there you are. Ahab is easy to spot. Aside from the giraffes, he's basically the tallest in the crowd. He walks on over. No, it's more like he hobbles on over. Guess he's still recovering. Hi. I don't know where to start. How do you even approach a mob boss you smacked in the balls with a grappling gun? Milo's training didn't exactly cover that. Before I can make up my mind, though, he's close a distance. I swallow. I don't think I'll ever get used to how big he is anytime soon. Hope you didn't wait too long. We've been dealing with some workplace issues. Oh, no, I just got here. Grand. Crickets. So, where to? I was thinking of having a few drinks at the pub and seeing where the night takes us. Be it your place or mine. Someone's confident. Might have cocked up at work, but that don't mean the ship's sinking anytime soon. He leans in close, real close, then whispers in my ear. You look better without the mask, laddie. I shudder. So you do know. Hard not to. You don't change your voice or anything. And you get all these spots. You be the Dalmatian that was on the news when Ishmael robbed that little old lass, yeah? Wasn't hard to put two and two together once I saw you with the Hound. See, I knew that face blurring did nothing. And you still came? What can I say? You're cute. Don't think I can't see that little tail of yours wagging away there. Shit, it is wagging. Hells, I'm surprised he called on me, especially after what went down at the bar. I'm surprised you were willing to meet up after what happened to your... you know. I try not to gesture to his groin. My eyes are still drawn to it. Arr! 'Tis a mere occupational hazard. We were simply flying different flags that time. Nothing personal, I'm sure, lad. Besides, you just got lucky. We creamed you guys. We still beat you at the gallery. Guess the score is 1-1 then. Next time we meet, I'll kick your booty into the dirt, and no mistake. He's surprisingly upbeat about the whole thing. I have some questions I wanted to ask you, actually. Well, I be versatile, though I lean towards No, not that. The gown's missing. What? He seems as surprised as I was. One of your henchmen took it. I need to know where he could be. So that be why Camus scurried off like a dock rat. He clenches his jaws. He softly growls the name. Do you have any information on him? He chuckles. I do. Spill it. He be no friend of mine, but I'll need some convincing before I talk. I can be very persuasive. With a pretty little face like that, I be certain of it. Join me for a round at the pub? You're on. Issue number 2, end. Yeah. What up, dudes? Y'all ready to reach maximum altitude? Welcome to the second exciting episode of Cooking with Max, where we take meals that are gross and make them the most. New viewer dudes might be wondering, but gee, Max, you don't have a mouth. How are you even gonna eat the food? And I'm here to tell you that your views are narrow-minded and stupid, man. No lips, no problem. When you're really passionate about something, dude, you don't let anybody stop you. Not even your roommate. Sure, he had to get his stomach pumped after I made pasta, but you know what, dudes? That just gave him some room for dessert. Speaking of dessert, today we're making, drumroll please, where did I put it again? Here, a box cake. Now, y'all, I wanted to make an apple pie, but my roomie won't let me try one again after I used tomatoes instead of apples last time. But he's not around tonight. Instead, I'd like to introduce my special guest this week, Ishmael.
What? Me? Don't be shy, my bodacious barracuda buddy. Baking cakes is something everyone can do. Even if your mom tells you not to after you get the neighborhoods evacuated because of a grease fire. You're very specific. Don't even worry about it, man. I'ma show you the ropes. I got this killer recipe that I tweaked to make it super awesome. I don't think you're supposed to meddle with bacon recipes. Bacon's not a science, man. You just gotta trust in the process and follow your heart. But you don't even have milk listed on the recipe. No worries. I put together a gnarly substitute. I think I hear the captain calling. Mayhap I should... I blended some mayonnaise and and cream cheese with some vinegar to thin it out. Looks just like the real thing. It be looking gnarly indeed. I suppose I should be lucky to have this helmet on, or the smell alone would end me life. Okay, let's get this show on the road before my roommate gets home. Just follow my instructions, and we'll have an outrageous cake in no time. Oh, it'll be outrageous, all right. So this be where I mix the eggs and flour, aye? Do you know how many chemicals are in today's eggs and flour, man? None? We're using this. Instant egg mixture and breadcrumbs? Not just any breadcrumbs, dude. Panko. That's what they use in anime all the time. Who'll be this Annie Mae, and why is she making cake with breadcrumbs? It's to provide that solid structure. But the recipe be saying... Following the recipe is for the birds. We gotta show off our individuality. How long be I supposed to mix this? Until it's nice and smooth. All it be is wet and goopy. Just keep mixing, dude. Trust the process. Are ye sure this mixture won't end up highly toxic? Methinks we shouldn't. You gotta stop limiting your own creativity, dude. I think it be done. And so is me sanity. Let me take a look. Yeah, dude. Just gotta sprinkle on some olives now. Olives? What in the 7 seas do you need olives on a cake for? For texture, of course. I'd add chocolate, but I used it all in the lasagna I made yesterday. You can't be for real. Oh, I'm the realist. Now let's bake this baby. I suppose we best get on preheating the kiln, or oven, aye? That'll take forever, man. We don't have that kind of time. Put her in the microwave. But the recipe be saying to put in the oven for an hour. Who has time to wait that long these days? Just nuke it on high for 10 minutes instead. Be ye absolutely sure? It's what the chefs do on TV. It's what the chefs on TV do all the time. It be in there. Fair winds and following seas. That means we just gotta wait. And then we feast. Feast, ye mean? And as my special guest, you get the honors of trying the first bite. Well, 'twas fun, but me job is done, so I think I'll be departing. Don't be silly, dude. This is the perfect time for a chat with our viewers. So, got anything you want to say to our wonderful audience? Just one thing. Hey, Max, I'm home. And so is this guy I brought with me. Rumi, you're just in time for one of my videos. Say hi to Alex, dudes. Wait, Ishmael's here? Spotty's here? Whoa, I'm sensing some bad vibes here. Ishmael, what be ye doing here? Cap'n? Listen, we'll be in my room. If you hear any weird noises, I got a new game. No problem, my guy. Want to come down and have a slice of cake later? That'd be sounding mighty fine. No, heavens no, we're okay, bye. And he's gone. Well, viewerinos, it was worth a try.
Do ye smell that?
What? The sign of success?
Shit, the cake, it's burning.
Oh, well, I guess that's it for the episode, folks. Tune in next time, when I'll show you how to make a sweet and sour strawberry oyster sundae. Gotta run.
Oi, don't leave me with your kitchen fire. What in blazes am I supposed to do? I don't even live here.
Oh, I ran out of water.
Harder, laddie, harder. Yes, Captain. There she blows.
And there we go. Issue 2 done. Again, if you're enjoying this and you don't already, they have a Patreon. I linked their itch page. I think their Patreon's linked in there. You know, support them if you have the ability to. Yada yada. And I'll see what I can do next week, but I'm not sure. Yeah, see you next time. Bye.